And as a result, this is my first level, and this is my second level. You can see that it's more transparent and bigger. So now let's go and render those guys. So for the first level, I guess I should have my vertex here. For another level, I should have vertex this, yeah. So it works. We don't have a level 3. We will work on the bottom. So before we go to the bottom simulation, I definitely need to work with the materials. So basically we can keep the same materials as we had. So the vertex noise free, let's remove it. And grass, we don't have a grass. The vertex bottom, we can leave it by now. White, just remove, we don't have it. Just optimize a little bit. So now is materials. For the first level, I will keep the density and the settings and the scatter. I just want to, let me just set camera 2 and noise 1, I guess. Yeah. And render in this frame 30. Maybe go further, like frame 50 maybe, or 60. Just be aware that I'll find there. I begin render for frame 25. I just go there and render. So I use the preview mode because I think it's gonna take a lot of time for calculation. So my main task for now is getting proper color. So I guess the density scale should be fine because with, with such a big scale, it should be very dense inside. There's a lot of dust, smoke, dust, dirt, any elements inside of it. So it takes some time for calculation because we had a lot of memory. Well, in fact, it's not too much. Definitely we can even use more voxels for our main simulation, but in this case, with the big amount of different types of velocities, I mean the noise for velocities, turbulence, it will be fine. I hope it will be fine. So just 171 megabyte. Woo. Not too much in this case. And I think it will increase. Yeah, 160 gigabytes, so it was something else. I guess the last render. And yeah, this, I want to make it more look like a ground, like a dirt. So it should be a less, with bigger saturation. So in this case, what I want to do, I want to make it more, add more red color. So except of the 27, let's set 37, more red. The same for blue and less green. Sorry, the same for green and less blue. Thinking in one way and doing with another. Okay, so now it more looks like the ground, the dust, the dirt. Okay. It's looking interesting. And I think I go out and so my noise 1. I can remove the allow motion blur because in my case, our moving speed is not very big. So we can disable the motion blur. And that can be a faster calculation. So I disable motion blur. In this case, so I will keep 0.5 volume step rate. So now it's a little bit faster. I hope it's a little bit faster without motion blur. Can choose the physically based rendering. So let's just turn off preview mode, and I want to see just some part of this tornado to make sure that it's all fine, and then go to the next level. Or in this case, maybe I will render out the both element together. So in the first level and second one, because it will be very transparent, and I guess I won't make too many color corrections, so it should be fine. Okay, so now let's wait. I make a pause. I want to see a difference between this shot just with one level, with one layer, and add another one and render out again to see the difference. Does it adding some more details in this simulation or not? So let's wait a bit. And it's take like 20 minutes, as you can see, and it's render the half of my dust, the vertex dust. All right, so I will save it with a snap and stop for the moment. And I see no one to add here, so let's try remove those guys. Don't need the debris. I'm gonna leave just tornado, let's call it tornado white. Okay, and I know why, but I have a hip name. Just remove it. All right, so what I want to add here is another level. Where you are. So yeah, Force Phantom, I forget to remove this. So basically level 2 we can cut and paste. Then need to have this. All right, and now let's see what do we have with with material. Let me just look here. So I just want to make a simple setup. If I have a low density layer, I want to have pretty the same color. So let me just remove this, and I want to copy. So I'm gonna save this. I'm gonna have the same color. Maybe just make like 0.2. 0.3, I don't know, maybe 30. So just a little bit different. And for my first vortex, I create density like 0.35 for the next layer. So I will do the same for this, so 0.35. But I want to increase the density, the shadow density, make like 0.5, 1.5. Not 1, but 1.5. Okay, let's make sure that my level 2 is using the proper noise 2. Yeah, okay. And let's render this again. So the same frame, have a snap, just to compare those results. And we have a sunlight and the skylight. The both paths are interesting. I like a sunlight, like a more contrast. All right, again, I'll make a pause and we will see is it better with 2 layers or not. And then we need to create a bottom vertex. And now it takes a little bit longer because we have 31 minutes. Well, not too much. In fact, we spend less time. There's no, because we are not finished. Like 20 minutes. Now I spent 30 minutes, but I render a little bit bigger part of the image because you can see that it's much bigger than it was here. So that's why we spent more time. So yeah, I think that it's better to render the both element together because definitely it's looking interesting, not bad. And let's just look on that. You can see, and it doesn't create a very big render time, because if I want to render all those separately, so I need to render like I don't know, maybe 40 minutes for first level and something like 20 minutes, maybe more, for another one. So it took like not 1 hour for the whole frame, and it's just 720. Well, I don't have a very powerful CPU on this computer, so maybe if I use 2 CPUs or some render farm, it will be nice, and like 10-15 minutes per one frame. So now I will render this thing out, and let's work with the bottom part, because we definitely need to add some bottom areas for getting another vortex like we did with the first tornado variation.